Mmm. Look at that. Man, that is the best. Today I'm making Spelt brown sugar peach muffins. Oh my God, when you take farmer's market peaches together with brown sugar and spelt flour, now that's a killer combination. I can't wait to show you guys this recipe, and even more so, I can't wait to eat one of these today. One of the best things about summer is farmer's market peaches. I love peaches, but you guys can make this with any fruit that you want, but be sure to try this combo at some point. And if you don't have fresh peaches, you can use frozen or canned, but be sure to try this recipe with peaches. Now, before we get started, I want to say something about baking with spelt flour. I'm going to do it today with 100% whole grain spelt flour. You can feel free to split it half and half and do half all-purpose flour and half spelt, or even half spelt and half whole wheat. However you want to do it, you can do that. You probably can do this with gluten-free flour the same. Just use one that already has some of the gums in it, like Bob's Red Mill gluten-free flour mix, something like that. But I love whole grain muffins, and when you use spelt flour, you just have to know a few things. One of the important things to make note of when you're cooking with whole grain spelt flour is that it uses a little less water. So be careful adding all of your liquid at one time. I'd prefer to just add half and then mix it up and see how it goes. Once you're used to baking with spelt, you'll get used to it. But I've got it all figured out for you guys, so you don't have to worry about that. But just in case you're swapping flours in future recipes, I wanted to share that tip with you. Okay, so now let's get started. The first thing we're gonna do is add our water to our flaxseed and make our flax egg. That always takes a few minutes, so I like to do that first. And I've got the oven preheating at 350 already. And the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little squeeze of lemon to our soy milk, because that makes it a nice rich buttermilk, and you really don't need much. It's really just like that. So while that's thickening up, we're gonna start by adding our whole grain spelt flour. I love this spelt flour, but I have a few different kinds that I use. This one's from a local company here, and they get their flours from all these sustainable farmers all over the world. This one's fantastic. And now we're gonna add the baking powder, baking soda, salt, and sugar. Look at how beautiful brown sugar. Wow. This is probably my favorite sugar, is brown sugar, because it tastes like molasses. And since brown sugar can be a little bit lumpy, I just really like to do it with my hands. And there's something really organic about cooking and using your hands. It feels like you're adding more love to the food, which is really important. It's one of the reasons, I think, when someone makes something for you, that it always tastes so much better than when you do it yourself, because it's really done with a compassionate love. And you could sift this if you want, but honestly, spelt flour is so earthy and rustic, no need. And now we're going to add in this bowl the wet ingredients. So let's start by adding our soy milk. You'll see it's now thicker. Do you see how that's pouring out? Because that lemon juice makes it curdle a little and acts like buttermilk. And now we add our vanilla. And I'm using minimal olive oil, but I love the flavor of olive oil, and I wanted to do it with a little bit of olive oil. And then we're gonna add our flax egg. And now we just whisk this around together. Okay, so now it's time to just add the liquid into the dry. And we're just gonna stir that together to make our batter. And then we're gonna add our peaches. and we're gonna slice some for the top. And on the top, I'm gonna put pecans and a little sprinkle of brown sugar. Now I purposely use less soy milk than I thought I would need, because with spelt flour, as I said, it gets really easy too liquidy and then you get in trouble. So I prefer to add less, and then if I need more, I can add it here. Let's see how it is once we put the peaches in. So let's get cutting up some of these beautiful peaches. Wow, look at that. So we're gonna cut some for the top, and those I wanna keep in whole slices. And just to give you guys an idea about how much I'll use, this is a 1 cup measuring cup, and I'm gonna just chop up some chunks and put them in there so you can see whatever I don't use, I'm gonna eat. Let's put that in and see how it's looking. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, that's looking about right. And honestly, I don't want to add any more soy milk. I think this was looking good. Time for a bite. Wow. Okay, so it's all ready to go into our little muffin cups. So let's bring these in front here. I suggest you fill them quite tall because they're not going to rise as much as using all-purpose white flour. I'd rather make less muffins and have them filled up than make little ones and then they just don't look so impressive. That's looking good. We could have even done 9 and make them a little bigger, but that's good. Let's just put a nice slice on the top. I like to push the edge down, then it cooks at an angle. And just a few more things. We're gonna take some brown sugar and we're literally gonna sprinkle on the top. That's totally optional. And now I want to put a few little pecans. Okay, that's looking good, and now they're going to go in the oven, 350 degrees, and I'm going to check them after 20, but it's usually 20 to 35 minutes. Look how beautiful they came out. It's fantastic. They look earthy and they smell like brown sugar and peaches. I can't wait to try it. I made a cup of tea. I thought it would be a good afternoon treat. Wow, look at that. See the peaches in the bottom there? So that's nice. Nice and moist. And that's the thing you have to remember about spelt flour. Don't add too much liquid. Wow, that's incredible. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Wow, that is the best. What a flavor, the spelt and the brown sugar and those peaches, amazing. I'm having it with a lovely tea. I tried this Ticino and it's mango lemon balm, organic, prebiotic, acid-free and caffeine-free. It has carob and barley and chicory. And for those of you that drink coffee, I'm not a coffee drinker. I don't even like the taste of it, but I know a lot of people say this is a great coffee replacement, but it just has a really good flavor. And then I add a little bit of soy milk in there. Very nice. And if it's a little bitter for you, that's means it's detoxing your liver, because those herbs all help your liver, then just put a drizzle of maple syrup. But no need with this muffin. Wow. Oh my gosh. I have to say, I think this is the best muffin I ever had. Wow. And that crunch on the outside and those peaches that melt in that brown sugar, they're almost like putting them in a pan and just cooking them up with brown sugar. Wow. Incredible. I wish you guys were here to have a tea and a muffin with me, but since I have to eat this alone, I don't want you to suffer. I just want to say thank you for subscribing, and if you haven't yet, please consider it, because that really helps support me. Thank you so much, and I really look forward to next time, you guys.